people everywhere. The green line. Hi, my name is Michael Sanford, and I want to welcome you to Back on My Feet. It's a show that this is our first episode, so we're going to be talking about recovery, how to get back after going through a lot of homelessness and degradation, how to get back on your feet. So I'm going to have different counselors and speakers coming over and just to share the process that we got to go through after we have been caught up in alcohol addiction and addiction in itself. So we're going to discuss a lot about the process that we go through trying to get back on our feet. This has been a long journey. My certifications, I have a CRM, I have a CGRM, which is Certified Gambler Recovery Mentor, CADC registered. Been in and out of treatment for 38 years. My date that I started this recovery process was 8/19/22. So it's been a really long journey. I am in retirement now, so I'm using a lot of my skills that I have accumulated over the years to help people in this process. And it has been a really long journey for a lot of people. So I think it's only right for me to try to give back and help, See my sign, it says be awesome every day. And that's what we need to do. Try to be awesome every day. You know what I'm saying? So in this process, we have to talk about what actually takes place within the mind, the body, and our spirit, because those are the areas that if we don't address them, we're going to stay trapped in that cycle of addiction and feeling self-esteem being low, not having no morals, no values, just doing whatever we have to do to get another high. You know what I'm saying? So in this process, I found out over the years why I kept going back out is because when life would get difficult or confusing, and I would always go back to using because that's what I was comfortable with. So, but I found out that's why I never stayed clean long enough, because the recovery process takes, just to get balanced back out, takes about 2 years of not drinking and using for a person with a body type like mine. So I had to make sure this particular time I went into treatment and met an awesome counselor. Hopefully he'll come on the show and share some of the processes and the people, because he's been around for 21 years, and he has been able to help a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Some succeeded and some didn't. But I'm truly grateful that I encountered this man, and he took the time out to really help me and make me understand this process that I've been trapped in, and what it's going to take to get out. So we talked about the drama triangle, pause, it's a lot of information that he just shared with me that just made me be more intrigued about what recovery really is. You know? So I come in with attitude to I want to know as much as I can, and I want to share as much as I can with people that is trapped in this cycle, man. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that I do is I have a prayer life, you know, and I get up in the morning and I know that I'm fighting, that I'm in a battle every day against myself. It's not against nobody else. So it's been me setting me up for a long time, and I didn't know it. It's like I heard one time a friend of mine said my head was out to get me. It had a hit out on me. So I can relate to that. That's why for so many years I've been in and out and in and out. So I can relate to that process. hmm So what we're going to do here today, we're going to talk about, so my mind continued, it, 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 it wasn't healed, okay? So when I put more chemicals in it, it'll make the process worse. So my thinking wasn't clear. The way I perceived things wasn't clear. So when somebody was trying to help me, I thought they was trying to set me up or they wanted something from me. So my mind would immediately put up a defense. And in return, I catch a resentment, get mad at that person, and go back out to using or drinking. I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to drink. I smoked crack. So my life was really, really totally confusing. And then the more that I used, the more backwards my life got. I've been through a marriage. Two marriages. I come from a dysfunctional family, so I didn't know what the marriage was supposed to be, or raising kids was, none of that. So it ended up being more dysfunction for the generation behind me and within my family because I didn't have the skills, and I thought I knew what I was doing, but I had no clue. So in this process, so my mind was really confused and backwards. So that's what ended up happening. So when the counselor told me or explained to me what pause was, it made sense to me. Okay, it made a whole lot of sense, and I'll explain that process later on. But this is just an introduction video. I'm just telling you about my life right now. So and in that process, so my body, talk about, I told you about my mind perceiving things that wasn't real and couldn't get the help because my mind would think people was trying to get something from me or trying to use me or trying to control me. So quite naturally, I would reject them. And they were out trying to help me all the time, and I just didn't know it. That's the process of this disease. So in my body, because I was putting all these chemicals in my body for so long, and not really eating healthy and working out and the things that I do today, my body wasn't functioning right, so I wasn't getting the right messages to the brain. I wasn't putting the food in my body, exercising and doing the things that would generate positive energy. You know what I'm saying? So I end up, as a result, when I came into treatment in 8/19/22, I had to go to the doctor, and my stomach was all messed up. I had H. pylorus. My teeth was all looked like a pumpkin head. My teeth was all messed up. So so that was part of. So I came in. The first thing I had to do was start making doctor's appointments and dentist appointments, and getting my body back adjusted to eating the right foods. Today I eat fruits and vegetables. I go to the gym, and I take long walks and stuff too. I have a bike. I ride my bike, and I make sure I keep my body tuned. It's just like taking your car if you don't keep it tuned, things are gonna start going wrong. So after beating myself up for a long time, and I'm knowing now that it's gonna take at least 2 years for me to get almost right. You know what I'm saying? And the more I stay clean, like I know now, the longer I stay clean, the clearer my mind is. I remember I was telling a friend, like it was like probably I was like 90 days clean, and I noticed the sun was out and the day was bright. And I remember times before when I would stop using or stop drinking, but not in recovery, that it was still like it was a fog over my brain, and I just couldn't. I didn't know how to get out of that fog. And today I know, that in this process, in total recovery, okay, I got to get that oxygen in my brain so it starts functioning right. I got to continue to read different materials, to activate my memory. And also I need to eat the right foods, man. Okay, I got to eat right. Not just putting junk in my body and thinking it's going to function right. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep it tuned up on a daily basis. So. And then for my spiritual life, I get up in the morning and I spend time. See, my spirit was off. I was doing drugs, different women, smoking cigarettes, just not even conscious of a spirit being, which we call higher power, and submitting to it every day, every morning when I get up. I have to acknowledge that there is a power it stopped me from using, and it's going to use me in a way that's going to benefit mankind. See? And I have to be open and willing to listen to that and listen and hear that voice and say, what do you want me to do today? Okay, what is your will for me in this 24 hours? So I wake up every morning with that mindset, that I need to be conscious of that spirit and make sure that I'm not hurting humanity but helping humanity, because that's my job today. Have a purpose is to just be as say my religion is being kind to people, being patient, being generous. If I have something extra, I give it to people that's less fortunate, because I've been there, and I know I have a friend at one of these places that I go that looks down on a lot of people that's homeless and stuff, but you don't know what a man's story is. You know what I'm saying? No, don't judge me unless you walked in my shoes. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I perceive life. I don't judge people. That's not being where they've been, and that's impossible. You know what I'm saying? I know that my journey has been really hard. So being into recovery means the world to me, and I try to help other people in that same process. So, yeah, but that's our introduction for the show. I came up with it. I'm going to use a teleprompter next time, but for right now, I got to use my pad and my pencil. Welcome back. Back on My Feet is the name of the show, and this first episode is the process of recovery. And so my process now is that I get up in the morning, I spend time meditating and praying, and go to a 12-step meeting in the morning, sometime at noon. Try to talk to people after the meetings that I go to, and go out to lunch if somebody wants to go our breakfast and stuff, and to spend time trying to help somebody, man. That's my journey today, And I spend a lot of time reading, and life has turned out to be more than with people that's in recovery. It's a difference between being just abstinence and in recovery. And that's the process we're going to talk about too. So it's what I end up doing is I go to picnics, man. One thing is like in this journey of I I find out that my higher power has a plan for my life, and through this long, actually it was a short process because my treatment. I went into treatment. I had a brother living in Vegas. He knew I was homeless and on the streets and door dashing to get a room and stuff. And he called down here to Portland and called this program. And he called me and said, "Hey, Mike, this man want to talk to you. He said he probably can get you into treatment, and he wants you. He want to talk to you. Then he want to see you." He said, "Can you call him, Michael?" And I said, "Yeah, I called him." So I called him, and that was a Thursday. And Friday I went over there to the building, and he said he didn't have a bed for me right then, but can I come back Monday? And that was my first day not drinking for a long time, for a couple of years. From not drinking every day, I would get up and I had to drink. So so that was my first day being clean, which is Friday. It was on a Friday, and so I ended up making it through. Went to a couple of meetings like he asked me to over the weekend. Got into treatment. Went there to the 4 months. They have a process that they go through too. During that process, I met somebody else. They seen that I was going to meetings all the time, and they told me I would be good at being a counselor. So I said, actually, he said I'd be good at being a certified recovery mentor. So I said, well, how do I do that? And he told me the process. I just signed up. It was all the people around me helped me get to where I'm at right now. So it's not like I did this by myself. It's a lot of people that I'm truly grateful for. And I would always be there. I would always be there for other people because people was there for me, helped me through my process. So I ended up going through the classes and stuff. And in this process, I went through a internship at a treatment center, and because of all my age, I'm 62, my age, and plus all the information I had through all the different treatment centers that I've been through over the 38 years, trying to get clean, a lot of information, and I was able to put it together, and plus the information with my counselor that I just that I met when I got in treatment this last time, came together, and I was able to put all this stuff together. And during the internship, they actually liked my work, and because they had a position open, and they liked how I operate. Plus, we got along pretty well too. So they ended up hiring me on, and I was a case manager for over a year, and I helped a lot of people. And I still see them now. I'm doing well. Some doing well, some not. That's just the nature of this disease, which is sad at times, because there's some people that you put a lot of energy into. I have people that passed away, clients that passed away, and so in that process, it's really hard dealing with death from somebody that you really that you see is doing really well, and then they end up relapsing, going backwards, and it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. So, so I have that information too that I'm going to share along the way within this session that we're going through. So it's going to make a whole lot of more sense as we go through this journey, and all the people that come on and share their experience and how they help different people in this process also. So just really grateful for the opportunity. I've been doing video since 2007. I took classes at PCM, and I produced a couple of shows. Then I've been doing music since '97, and really didn't do a whole lot with those skills. I did a couple of shows. I worked with a couple of groups and stuff that didn't do too well there. Some of them still rapping with different other people and some R&B singers. But I just never knew how to put it all together. One day I was driving home. I think I was on the coast. I was driving home, or I don't know where I was, but I remember it was a voice that came in my head. It said, you know, now I'm gonna show you how to put this all together. So this is my first step right now, that putting this together is being bold enough to come on and put a show together about recovery. So it's going to be a really good journey. Another thing I found out when I was explaining to you about pause, you know, my counselor told me about pause, um, um, the drama triangle, and radical acceptance. Okay, accepting things for just how they are. Don't try to make it different than it is. It is what it is. So, but one of the things in pause is like it's you have memory loss. You know what I'm saying? And um, I remember that I would put stuff down and forget exactly where I put it at, or forget places I was supposed to be. And first I thought it was Alzheimer's, because I'm 62, and I'm saying I have a sister that has dementia too. So I was thinking that's what was going on with me, and come to find out that's just part of the process. You know what I'm saying, that memory loss, my coordination was off, and you know, and he talked about that too. And I remember when he was talking, when he was in the class, he was asking us this stuff. We had homework all the time, and he would ask, "Does anybody having problems with coordination?" And I was saying, "Yeah." I mean, I didn't think it was as severe as I know now what it is, because some other things happened afterwards, after I got into my own place. I live by myself now, so this is really great. But at the time, the only thing that I can think, I was walking down the street one time and I had my phone. I tried to put it in my pocket. I missed my pocket and it fell and I kicked it. So that was the only thing that I could relate to at the time. But now, moving to my own place, and you know, and over my kitchen, you have this shield, you know, for the smoke to go up in. And my cabinets is right over it. So I find myself a lot of times getting my coffee down, filling my coffee, and then trying to put it back up, and I keep hitting that shield, you know, that vent cover. So I kept hitting it. So I kept hitting that vent, and come to find out that was part of the coordination that was off too. So and there's other things like sleep disorder, having coordination. I mean, you're asleep, not getting the proper sleep in the beginning is part of that process. So I remember at first I would go to the doctor and he would give me sleeping medicine and stuff like that, and I just found out. I mean, you know, after a couple of months of that, it was like I was making it worse, not better. My body was still trying to get adjusted after all the years sleeping whenever I wanted to, up and down, up and down. So my body was still off, and the system. I mean, the only way that you actually recover is letting your body, just don't put nothing in it, and going through the process. Letting the process be the process. You know what I'm saying? So it's come to find out that if I just don't pick up nothing over time, my body's going to start reacting normally once again. But the key was not picking up. And that was a problem. And that's what I wasn't getting for so many years, is that, and when things start going haywire and wasn't making sense anymore, I'm thinking people are talking about me, people don't like me, copping resentments at people and stuff, and people just being normal. And I would overthink the process. I mean, overthink what they were doing and think they're picking on me and stuff like that. And it was just like people was just being people, man. You know what I'm saying? And once I really got some information on what this process is, the recovery process, and then it started making sense. And now I'm able to help other people in a better way than I did before. So, I mean, I just love the way that my life is going right now, and hopefully this the information that we're going to be able to share later on is going to help you in your process. And you know, sometimes don't take yourself too serious. Go to meetings, man. get around people that's in recovery, and if you're really, really, give yourself at least 2 years, okay? And no matter what, when you're struggling and something that's going through, get around some people that really want the best for you, and want to see you succeed. So make sure that, because it's going to be times when life is not going to make sense. You're going to think people out to get you. This stuff ain't worth it. Why am I doing this? And it's just it's just like I was saying in the beginning, my mind had a hit out on me. It wasn't nobody else, okay? I met a lot of people that was actually trying to help me. And what was going on is I was pushing them away, and that's why my process took longer than it should have. There's a lot of people that got in when I first tried the first time. I was 22 years old. I have a sister, been clean almost, it'll be 38 years in August. Me and her have the same clean date in August, or the same recovery date, which she started 8/19, I think 86, 87. And then mine is 8/19/22. So you see that big gap in between there. And she's doing well. She got in there, and she got into the no matter what, and she never picked up crack again, and stayed on the journey. You know what I'm saying? And without the information of the process, or maybe she did know the information because she was a counselor too. So maybe she did know that abstinence is the key for our total recovery. Okay, and having a relationship, treat our body right. Continue reading new information and stuff, and helping other people. That is truly what the process really requires for us to really be helpful to other people. So, so this is MJS Productions. My name is Michael Sanford, and this is our first episode. And the title of this is Back on My Feet. So we're going to get people, we're trying to give enough information so people would know what the process of recovery is all about. Because, man, for so long, that was my downfall. Not having the right information, exposure. If you're exposed to the right information, you can succeed in this. I love you, and I thank you for listening. This is going to be, I think it's going to be really huge, you know what I'm saying? And if you have any questions or answers about recovery, where to get help, I'm going to leave my number on the bottom, so you can call in and get the help that you need. Okay, and if you don't know where to go, contact me, and I'll send you to the right people. Like I said, I was a case manager, so I have a lot of connections. I know a lot of people, and it's a lot of organizations that's willing to help people get off the streets, man, get into recovery, have a better way to live, man. I was talking to some friends a couple of days ago, and I was out videotape parade, and I was talking to a young man, and I was telling him, man, he was, talking about drugs and all that and stuff, and I was letting him know, man, it's so much better on this side. I have rough days. I mean, not rough days. I have days when I'm learning, when life is teaching me things. See, I didn't perceive life like that before. I thought, people out to get me, and things ain't fair and all that. It's just life is just life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no good or bad. It just is. And once I accept that fact, life becomes much easier. You know what I'm saying? And fun too. Like next Saturday, this is a blessing. Somebody asking me to come speak. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for real? It's like, so those are some of the blessings. People want to hear what I have to say, because I know what this process does now, and it transforms lives. And also, I'm going to a picnic next Saturday before I go speak. So I go out and have fun, man. I have people that I call, and try to make this journey fun. You know what I'm saying? Once again, my name is Michael Sanford, and the show is Back on Your Feet. The production company is MJ Sanford. Thanks for listening. MJS Productions. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully see you next time. Take care of yourself. Take care of people around you. And always, always, always be awesome.